And we're back for part 2 of our player signing roster building episodes.
Yeah, part 2 of part 2.
At the
I
moment.
think that's it, yeah.
Yeah, we
More signings to come.
Since we signed off last time, 7 new players have been officially signed to the roster.
Yep. So we have 12.
Which we have that's more than 11.
Yeah, we have one substitute.
We currently have one substitute.
I looked it up, USL, the maximum roster size is 30.
30?
Yes. Plus, and 5, and you can have 5 like academy players, so you can have 35 like people training with the team, with the first team with 5 academy players that can be allowed like to train with them. But we don't have an academy.
We don't have an academy, but it does.
We definitely don't have 30 players.
We definitely don't have 30 signed players.
No.
The team right now is in San Diego training, and it definitely looks like they have more than 12 with them. So
yes,
there are definitely some trialists, some potential signings to come.
Yep.
But as of today, only 12 have been announced to the club. So those are...
We'll go over the 7.
The 7, yeah I guess. So let's just get right in. Let's cut the bull.
Do we want to remind people who we've already talked about?
Yeah, last episode talked about Blake Bodley.
Yep,
first ever signing. Left wing back from Eagle. We talked about Nick Moon, his ex-teammate, right wing back.
Waukesha, Wisconsin.
We loved Waukesha. Charlie Adams, the British
England
sensation, already quoted by the team to be the Roy Kent of the team. Just a menace. He had an interview on their Instagram, and he is definitely British.
Yeah, that accent's great.
Not Irish.
Not again.
Sorry about that one. Who else did we sign?
Ricketts.
Jonathan Ricketts.
We talked about Ricketts.
Yep, center back from Miami FC.
Yep.
And then Jake Dangler.
Two
from
center
FC
backs.
Naples.
Yep. Again, this is our assumptions of a formation that we have in our head.
Yeah.
So we're assuming...
We're using Nate Miller's statistical history and tactics that he's used at San Diego, at Lansing, and at Real Salt Lake as just an assumption. Obviously, at the end of today's video, we will be talking about what we think a starting 11 would look like. But again, that's just our assumption based on these 12 names. Come match day 1 on March 7th, we will find out.
Absolutely.
So, enough talking, enough jangling. Let's talk into the first person today. We teased him last week. As he was in Boise already training with Mr. Bodley and Mr. Moon. It is the pride of Madison, Wisconsin, as of last year, but birthright Austria.
Yes.
Is Jake Krull, center back, 28 years old. Jake just seems like a well-rounded, surefire center back. We reached out to the Talking Flock podcast, who is the Forward Madison podcast, and asked him, hey, like, what are your thoughts on Jake? Obviously seems pretty well rated, and he said that he is a healthy rock at center back. He will not, at least it doesn't have much injury history with the team, and plays every minute of every game, and was one of their favorite players. And with how bad Forward Madison was last year, Jake was one of the few players they wished they could have kept, but the podcast voted him to be the most likely to move forward.
Interesting. That's really good insight, because he's one of the few guys that doesn't have kind of, again, we're relying on FOTMob a little bit just because of the limited data, because soccer is pretty data focused. It's really nice to see statistics in order to get an idea of how someone plays, and he's one of the guys who doesn't have as much information. Yeah. So we're relying on
word of mouth,
this qualitative information that obviously the guys over at the Ford Madison fan podcast, they really like him. Obviously he's a fan favorite. So it is exciting to get someone who people fell in love with a little bit, and again, it sucks for Forward Madison to be losing such a key player for him. But we're excited to have him.
The light in the darkness that was their season last year. I know in that column, I forget the website off the top of my head, but it was like a USL free agent tracker that Jake was one of those players who was
maybe the top 10. It kind of had
maybe not the cream of the crop, like A++ free agent signing, but was like a tier 2 signing for center backs. So And that's across the championship and USL 1. Yeah. So again, it's a player that has...
This is a guy who's... I'm not sure if he's ever played in the championship, but I mean, he plays a lot of minutes in League One. So that's what we need.
We love center backs, and as of right now, looking at it, we have our center back trio.
Yeah, and guys who can also play traditional fullback, not wing back, but they can slot over. If we play back four, they can play left, Jake can play left back.
Yeah.
Ricketts can play right back. So there's flexibility with these players, which is nice to see.
Yes. And friend of a friend of a friend knows Jake. And it sounds like they have either already welcomed or are soon to welcome a child into the world. So awesome. Wishing them the best with that. And
as two current dads and expecting dads.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun.
It is fun. I know it's probably daunting to come to Boise and to then have your first child, my assumption. So,
hey, we're always rating those top 10 lists as like, hey, best place to retire, best place to raise a family. We're in all the lists.
Yeah. Us and dead and wed cruises have a lot in common. Great place to die and a great place to build a family. Sounds like Boise and Royal Caribbean Cruises.
Yeah, all right. That was a comparison I was not prepared for, but heck yeah.
But Jake, we're really excited to see you hold the back line and create that relationship with both Jonathan Ricketts and Jake Dengler. Two Jakes in the back line is going to be fun to differentiate them. But welcome to the team, and I'm
interested to see. I haven't seen any interviews, so I wonder if he has an accent just because he's from Austria. It looks like he might have grown up here, though.
I can ask my friend of a friend of a friend to see. Does
he sound like Arnold?
I don't know. I don't think so. Arnold's got a very Austrian
He's
accent.
He's the only Austrian, like, American that I don't think of. I can't think of any other Austrian, like, American person. No. That's it.
I'd say an Austrian accent's very similar to German accents.
It's German. They speak German, yes? Yeah,
I think so.
I mean...
I'm German. I'm not Austrian, so I can't speak for the southern country. But I'll speak to my friend of a friend of a friend who dropped them off a meal and see if
he listens to us, he's like, why does he know that?
Yeah. It also sounds like when they dropped off the meal, their kid did a power move and just ate a dog treat in front of Jake and his wife or girlfriend. So definitely started off on the wrong foot. So
kids,
here, have a free meal. Oh, sorry, my child just ate one of your dog biscuits.
Kids are going to do wild stuff.
Wish you the best. So, Jake, hopefully that didn't throw you for a loop and that the meal was good. But welcome to the team. We are moving on to the next player who is there's more statistics on him.
Yes, a lot more data.
I
like data.
And the data shows that we're getting someone who maybe had a one-off season that was really good, or if we just take last year as a representation of what's to come, we could have found a very strong goalie. That is Javier Garcia Jr. I believe he's a junior.
Yes. Officially, the club said so.
The club says so it's got to be true. He's a 6'2", 27-year-old goalie coming to us from Texoma FC.
Yes,
well touted and well talked about on this podcast about where the hell is Texoma. We found out.
And why did you self-relegate yourselves?
Yes, they have been self-relegated. So with that, Javier has come to us. And Kyle, I know he has a lot of great statistics on FOTMob. Why don't you just rattle off a few?
Yeah, so Javier Garcia, 27. This was the first year Texoma. They were in League One. I think it was their first and only year in League One. So I think there's some struggle there just because their roster may have been some League Two players that had kind of made the move up. And I know Javier had played for El Paso Locomotive and Rio Grande Valley beforehand, but wasn't really the starter. It seemed like I think he'd played a few games here and there. So it seems like he kind of was the Aaron Ramsdale playing for Southampton, where it's just like, that's a good goalie, but he just has so many shots coming at him. There's really not much he can do.
Yeah, when you're goalie for a bad team, as I am right now in my indoor soccer league, you just get a lot of stuff thrown at you.
Yeah.
So your total goals scored against statistic may look poor, but your save percentage is a great speak to with such a high quantity of shots, you're saving that many. On top of, I know Javier is at least last year with his first full year starting, did amazing from the penalty spot, saving penalties. I think he was 6 of 8.
Yeah, he seems like he's a penalty specialist. Yes, he saved 6 penalties and conceded 2.
I hope
that's incredibly impressive.
We don't have that many in-game penalties for handballs or yellow cards in the box, but knowing that we have, if we go to a shootout, we have a penalty specialist is always good to know for playoff soccer, that is the, once you're tied after extra time, you go to penalties.
And he probably doesn't need a little cheat sheet on a water bottle to make his saves.
He doesn't need the Jordan Pickford special.
No, but maybe it'd be fun if he was as animated as Jordan Pickford.
Yeah, animated. And if we have a backup goalie as good as the Senegalese, or is it Senegal or Moroccan backup goalie who was like holding the towel for AFCON championship?
It was the Senegal backup goalie because the Moroccan subs and stewards were trying to steal.
They just got fined $100,000.
Good, that is
for
ridiculous.
Attacking.
It's so embarrassing. They did.
Yeah, they were trying to steal that towel.
This is insanity.
For those of you who don't know, the AFCON tournament just came to an end.
AFCON is a wild, wonderful time.
Yeah, all I think of AFCON is laser pointers and insane stories that come out of it.
I love it. It's such a fun. Number one, it's fun. It is good. Like, I feel like the quality is so kind of, there's some really small countries that qualify, and then there's there's the Moroccos and Senegal and Nigeria and these really good teams, and then they can kind of just crush some of these Benin and Togo. Like, come on.
And it's a in-season for Europe soccer football tournament, so all these African national team players are pulled from their club in the middle of the season and go away for a month and a half, 2 months.
It's a wild, wonderful time. I love that tournament.
If you have some time and are a avid football soccer fan and haven't seen, just look at what happened at the end of the Senegal
fans storming the field.
The Moroccan or Senegalese head coach sending the entire team into the locker room early. It's crazy.
I mean, it wasn't a penalty. It also wasn't a penalty.
Yeah.
Getting off of that side.
Yeah, go check it out. But back to Javier and the goalie that we're getting here.
He's not going to put up for that shenanigans.
No, I think we talked about player ratings last good heavens, last episode. And we talked about kind of a 6 is just like an average plain Jane kind of year. Javier last year had a 7.44, which for a goalie,
that's really good.
Really good. And for a goalie that was on a bad team and was getting peppered with shots and letting in a lot of goals compared to other goalies in the USL 1, like, it is a testament to his
38 and 24. Like, that's hard.
Yeah.
Like, that's tough. I also want to say he was probably facing more shots on target than any other goalie. I don't think that's a statistic that they track, but he was probably put under a lot of pressure. He handled it well, and his stats back that up. I mean, he made 70 saves. He made 70 saves in 24 games.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
and I think with the saves, he had a 65% save percentage out of all those, which
that's great. I think for that league, it's really. I mean, if it's not, I think save percentage might be a little bit lower just based on how many shots are going at him.
Yeah, if you're getting 3 shots a game and 1 goes in, that's a 66% save percentage right there. Yep. He has a great experience of maybe what a unhelpful backline is and letting a lot of shots through.
I feel like our defenders are obviously going to be better, but our style of play might open ourselves up to there might be some counterattacks that break through. Yeah. And he might have some one-on-one.
Some even man rushes on the way back, which is never fun in soccer.
Stop it.
I don't know why my head's in hockey.
Are you just watching the Kraken on your phone?
Yeah, it's down here.
Yeah.
The only other big statistic that I saw jumping out looking at FOTMob was it seems as though he has great long ball accuracy, which is great to see. That statistic where if you've got to kick the piss out of the ball and find someone down the pitch and get that ball progressing and not just play out of the back, it's good to know that there's some hopefully consistent accuracy there.
Yeah,
it all depends on.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much tiki-taka play out of the back there's going to be in USL League One, but again, it's if he can also hit if we have some wingbacks making runs and he's not just lumping up to the strikers, if he can really pick someone out, that's a great skill to have. So.
Yeah, it all really depends with that on how well the people you're kicking it to are and how well they can keep the ball down and kind of progress from there. But just knowing that there's a good accuracy there is something to look forward to.
Absolutely.
And to tease, we have signed a couple of Javier's past teammates that are to come. So we will have a little bit of previous connection to each other, spending time as teammates and kind of just that camaraderie of not being complete strangers in the clubhouse. So we'll touch on them in a little bit, but next is maybe the
best name.
Best name. I don't know about best name, but
it's fun to say.
It's it rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
When this guy's scoring goals, it's going to be fun. It's Omar Yaya.
That's great. And I hope that's accurate. Yeah. Omar, and we had to listen to some of your highlights. To Omar's highlights to just hear what the Utah Valley University announcer says.
And USL League 2
Ballard FC.
It's his first pro contract, so congrats on putting pen to paper on that and getting your professional soccer career started. Again, Omar is 25, coming to us with no prior professional experience, so doesn't have much statistical mob stuff.
Doesn't seem like USL League 2 tracks the data very well.
No, but we do have his accolades when he was at Utah Valley University, which it seems like he was quite a
12 and 18.
Yeah.
12 and 18 is a really good 12 goals.
18
in
games.
18 games at Utah. So the WAC Golden Boot winner of 2024.
Come on.
Again, this is just profile information that we're gleaning from other people, but it seems like he's more of a inside forward versus an out and out striker. Think Mo Salah is like the best comparison. When I think of an inside forward, I think of like Mo Salah from 2020 with Roberto Firmino, who was the striker. No, he wasn't. He was a number 10. He was a number 10 who just was the furthest midfielder forward, and he would drop in, and those two inside forwards would play off of him, and then I could see Omar doing that.
Yeah, at least based on signings right now, we spoiler alert, we haven't signed like a true number 9.
Doesn't seem like it.
Doesn't seem like it today. I mean, obviously, I know Nate teased that we signed a Brazilian striker,
possibly
from the morning kick around. So we'll see if that one gets pushed through and we get confirmation of that. But as of today, we have not gotten that confirmation. So Omar comes to us as the first forward attacking player, let's call it. I think that's maybe the better way to see this, since a lot of the players to come who have experience in the attack have played all over the pitch, and so I don't know if it's going to be true like winger or striker type of titles, but more just like attacking player, forward, and see where they fit in the grand scheme of Nate's system. Yeah. So Omar, I think Omar has a lot of potential because there's not a lot of
one of the younger guys on the team.
Yeah, sure. 25 is definitely on the bottom end of you're born of the 2000s. You're young on this team. So
I guess in 2001, I guess.
Yeah, crazy to think that a 25-year-old's now born in 2001. That puts you in perspective. As to how
you think AC Boise is going to do that trend where they ask every player, what year were you born? The moment they see 19 and they show like the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
That's going to be a lot of the players on this team. Yeah. There's really only one, two.
Another guy that we signed that we're going to mention later. He's in there. 2 players. It looks like 2 players other than Omar. 3.
Yeah.
3 players. So 3 more players that we'll talk about tonight were born in 2000. It looks like everyone else was born in 19.
So a quarter of the team so far.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's
a lot of dinosaurs.
We are old.
In the grand scheme.
You're still
I'm 98. I'm not young. I could be on this team for Pete's sake. I mean, I'd fit right at home.
Not if you say for Pete's sake.
For Pete's sake. I'm trying to keep this PG so we don't get taken down.
Defunded?
Yeah,
defunded from the money we're not making.
Exactly. Defund the podcast. No. So, Omar, we wish you the best, and we really hope that you thrive here in Nate's system, since you're one of the few players who doesn't have previous experience with him.
I'm not going to do the yeah. Actually, I just did.
Yeah,
I said it.
anytime
I did
his goal song is be turned down for what?
Yeah.
But we really, maybe that's just a testament to Omar's player profile, is that Nate spoke and has put through these signings. He didn't want to take a bunch of risks with players that he didn't know previously. And Omar is one of those players. So it must speak to their excitement for this player and what he can bring to the team.
And for such a young guy also, and a guy with little previous professional experience to break into the team prior to, like we said, it looks like there's some players on trial with the team as they're in this preseason training. So for him to really break through, and for Nate to say, yes, you're a profile we want on this team. So yeah, he's obviously impressing the right people, and we're excited to have him at AC Boise.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so the next player, another forward. When I saw his player profile, it showed that he could play anywhere on the front end of the pitch. It was striker, left wing, right wing, attacking left midfielder, attacking right midfielder. He plays everywhere, which is great to have in this sort of league. Excuse me. His name is Tumi Moshabani.
Yeah, Moshabani, from South Africa.
South African. Speaking of AFCON, South Africa.
Speaking of AFCON, yeah.
South Africa maybe is not...
Did South Africa even qualify? I don't think they did.
I don't think they're known for their football. I think they're known for their rugby.
But they are and they aren't. Like, I know, I guess I'm biased because of the South African World Cup. I just remember that so vividly because it
was Shakira. Yeah, that's probably not great for the audio, but someone who has an ASMR fetish will love that you just hummed.
I'm gonna get a DM. Not PG DM now.
But they're known for the Springboks of the rugby world. I think that's like a gazelle kind of type animal.
I think so, sure.
It's similar to like the All Blacks for the New Zealand.
I've seen Invictus. I know what's going on.
Boom.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, Toomey, speaking of Omar not having any prior experience, Toomey is the exact opposite.
Yeah.
I feel like Toomey has played for anywhere that Nate has been. He played for...
yeah, he followed him around there.
He played for Lansing Ignite, or Lansing Ignite
in that was 7 years ago.
And then he played for San Diego for a few years. So again,
4 years, 2021, 22, and 23.
Teammates with Charlie Adams and Bodley and Moon,
and Nick Moon,
getting the whole team back together.
He's getting the guys back together.
And just to check off another list, he was teammates with Javier Garcia with the Locomotives in 2024. So there's a lot of connections and previous teammates to Toomey here.
And looks like he's split time last season between El Paso and Charlotte.
Yeah, he's played all over the place. His FOTMOB statistics show that he loves to shoot the ball.
Yeah, his per 90 shots is insane.
He may not score a lot, but man, if he sees the goal, he's going to shoot. And it's not just a shot; it's a shot on goal. It's showing that he's not scared to take a chance, which I think is great. Because I feel like sometimes everyone is just so scared and wants to take that extra pass instead of taking a chance and shooting it.
It looks like he's definitely the guy who he's going to make the risky play. Mm-hmm. Like, based off, like, he has not a lot of successful passes, but he has a lot of assists. He has a low passing percentage, but he has a lot of key passes. Mm-hmm. So I think he's playing that last connection. He's the guy, everyone talks about the pass before the pass, where it's like the hockey assist.
Yep.
He's the guy who, when he turns, it looks like he's going to be the guy. Everyone gets mad when they pass the ball backwards. I don't think this guy passes the ball backwards very often. I think this is a guy, when he receives the ball, he's turning towards the other team's goal, and he's going to either run at him or he's going to make the pass to the guy making the run. He's going to make the risky pass. He's going to take the risky shot.
Yeah.
Might not go in, but he's going to take it.
By way of Wayne Gretzky and Michael Scott, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So we might as well try and test the opposing goalie, and see what they've got. And maybe we get a greasy goal, a squeaky goal, a howler, as some call it. Mm-hmm. Elon Mellier's given up so many of those.
Which is why he hasn't seen the field in months. But one thing I do want to point out about some of his stats is that he doesn't make many tackles. He doesn't recover the ball that often. But one thing that he does do is, it looks like possession one in the final third. It looks like he has a really good possession one in the final third. So that means he's pressing. That means he's closing his man down. And I think that fits the system of how Nate wants to play when he wants to be a high-intensity pressing team. It looks like this is a guy who's going to just run. He's going to be an engine in the middle of the park. I kind of see him being attacking midfield, like playing in the middle, but the furthest forward of our midfielders. And
like a Brendan Aronson type connection.
He is Brendan Aronson.
Yeah.
Brendan, what are you doing?
I run.
Whatever
you tell me to, Drill Sergeant.
Yes, he is Forrest Gump. Don't know if that's a great comparison, but you know what? But for Brendan, I think so.
For Brendan, I mean, for Toomey as well. I mean, it just shows that his statistics are saying, hey, I'm going to run at you for 90 minutes, for 80 minutes, however long I'm going to be on this field. You're not going to have fun. I'm going to be in your face, pressing you, getting the ball and shooting it, and not maybe taking. If he sees an opportunity to shoot, he's going to.
Yes.
Which at times
he's going to make that risky.
At times that's frustrating, but at times I think that's what the fan base would appreciate is the amount of times I've seen. Oh, you have a wide open goal, but you're scared. You think that you can thread this pass in to your runner into the box, and it gets deflected. Yeah. Versus you were one on goalie at an interesting angle, but still you could have done something with that.
Yeah.
Played the rebound and let that crosser deflect the rebound in.
Probably. Again, we show our biases with the players we mentioned. The player that it seems like he screams at me is Richarlison. While he was at Everton, the dude is a menace. Like, he is a menace. He is in your face. He's annoying for the other team. He does some weird stuff sometimes. It's like, why did you do that? Why did you make that pass now? But he's trying to make the key pass. He's taking the risky option. And I think, again, that's the reason Nate wants this type of profile, because he wants someone to take those risks. Yeah. And he's taking the risk in an attacking sense. It's like, you might be a defensive liability, so put him further up and make him make the aggressive play. So I think he's going to be fun.
Yeah, I think he's
might be a little frustrating.
Yeah.
But at least he's taking the aggressive risk. I like it.
Someone's got to be the person to frustrate the fans, and I'd much rather be frustrated at a guy shooting too much than being frustrated at someone who either just craps his pants because he can't make that extra pass or whatever. I'm excited to see him. His flexibility is really enticing to me. Just whether we run a 3-5-2 or a 4-3-3, he can play out wide. He can play in midfield, attacking midfield, striker. He's kind of got experience everywhere. So makes him really valuable to slotting him in wherever, barring injuries, barring whatever. He's able to kind of morph to what he needs to be for the team. So
absolutely.
Toomey, really excited to see you. Definitely a front runner for my favorite player.
Yeah,
of the team so far.
Definitely, I think he's going to be a spark of fun in this team for sure.
With that, we do have another player, a defensive midfielder, Philip Mayaka.
Yep,
coming to us from the Charlotte Independence.
He played. I believe,
lot of places.
He's been. I wanted to say it was Charlotte, but I think he came from.
He's loaned around a few other places.
Yeah. Oh, so Toomey came from Charlotte. Toomey came from Charlotte most recently. Philip Mayaka came from MLS Next Pro, so he's been more on like the MLS development side with Huntsville was his last team, but he spent time with Colorado back in 2021, the Switchbacks, which is where Charlie Adams came from. I don't think Charlie was there at the same time, but that was in 2021, and since then, Philip's been in MLS Next with Colorado Rapids 2, the Crown Legacy, which I believe is I want to say it's Charlotte's team. It is that's what it's Charlotte FC's like development team. And then Huntsville. He was last with Huntsville City, which is Nashville's developmental team. But he's still pretty young. I think he's only 20. Yeah, he's 25. So yeah, he's another 2000 baby.
Yeah, and his last year in MLS Next Pro, he averaged a 7.34.
Yeah, really good.
In I want to say quite a few matches played. I think in the 30s.
Yeah, 25.
Looking at his FOTMOB statistics per 90, which, again, for those who don't know, that's just boiling down his year-long stats to every 90 minutes in a traditional game, he will have XYZ 2 shots, 1.4 tackles, whatever that looks like. That's what these stats that are on the screen right now are rated off of. We like per 90 stats just because it's a little bit more accurate to what a game looks like versus...
Because totals can be deceiving because, okay, this guy had an injury halfway through the season, so his totals look bad. But his per 90 is great.
But the games he played were...
in the games that he played, he was doing a lot of,
as you can see with his stats for passing and shooting, there's a lot of green there. A lot of green, a lot of high orange. For MLS Next, that... maybe is the closest comp to like a USL 1, USL champ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Different styles. Again, the USL podcast, USL show, has a lot of good information where they interview some ex-players. And they're like, MLS Next, you're going to get younger guys, maybe guys who are closer to the MLS per se. Less serious, I guess, in a way, where it's, you have guys kind of like minor league baseball. It's like, oh, they're kind of rehabbing. It's, stuff like that, while that USL is more like professional in a way where it's just like, hey, these guys, this is kind of where their home is per se. Versus
they may be 28, 29, but they have earned their right to be here.
Yeah.
When maybe MLS Next players are your academy players who have a high upside, but just need to be refined more.
Yeah.
So with that, I think he has a lot of game time for a 25-year-old in MLS Next.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, defensive midfielder, so we already have Charlie Adams on the team.
Yeah.
But he also does play midfield.
I think this guy, he seems just a different profile. Like, Charlie seemed more like your quarterback. He kind of seemed like the guy who relies on his positioning. He's not as much of a runner, per se. He may be someone who, he's like the quarterback. He's like a deep-lying, like, playmaker. Like, he's going to hit the long ball. Philip seems more like he's going to rely on short passing and like a pass and move, like maybe box to box. It looks like he may not have like too many dribbles, but yeah, he doesn't necessarily seem like a ball carrier. It seems like maybe he's the ball winner, where he's the one closing people down. He's the one making the tackles, and then he's going to be the one distributing the ball. He seems like the ball winner of the midfield versus
and
Charlie.
Being that outlet pass to
like he might pass it backwards. He might be, hey, I'm going to hit it sideways, but I'm going to move to the next position.
Yeah,
where he's not
draw a defender towards me, pass it back, open up the right side of the pitch.
Exactly. It seems like he's someone who very active on the defensive side. The best example, again, just so we have some comparables. Why'd I say it like that? His profile screams Tyler Adams to me. And if you watch the Premier League, Tyler Adams, and as an American, he's a bulldog. Like, Tyler Adams is just, he's taking you out.
Yellow cards.
Yes. But he's really, really defensively active, but also at the same time. And again, he's not making any crazy passes, but he's going to pass and move. So it just seems like he's someone who's really active, and he has some good contribution attacking. Like, he scored some goals for sure, and it looks like, at least from the little tidbit that the team posted, I mean, he had some good shots. Yeah. I mean, he scored a couple goals, so maybe he's someone, when he does get close to the attacking to the box, he might,
he has that scoring touch.
Yeah, so at least when it comes to profile wise, I think he's definitely could be my favorite player.
Yeah, I know you love yourself a box-to-box midfielder.
I do. I like guys who they're putting in work up and down the pitch.
They're not a liability anywhere.
No.
They can defend well. They can run the middle of the pitch well. They can also attack well. And I think Phillips does a great job at checking those boxes. So
you like risky.
I like running.
Yeah, you like leads.
Yeah, I love leads.
I feel like the type of player we like kind of fits the style. You like attacking, risky.
Yeah, that's right. Now
I like more grinded out. I like Everton.
Yeah.
Grinded out football.
I'm having my midlife crisis now that Leeds is running a 3-5-2. We're not running wingers, so I'm not getting my Dan James, or Nyanto, or
should have sold him to us when he had
Jack
the chance.
Harrison, rest in peace, Jack Harrison.
He's not dead.
He's not dead, but he's
dead. In Italy. He's
dead
in Florence. He's having a great time.
But he's a stinker. But none of these players are going to be stinkers. They're all going to be the best. We're on our way to taking the USL League One by storm. And with that, I think my favorite player at the moment, because he fits.
Moving from Africa north.
We're moving Africa almost straight north, some may say. I don't know where.
It's pretty dead straight.
Yeah.
Africa's pretty wide.
Yeah. We're going to head north to the country of Ukraine. This was our mystery man from the morning kick around that I could not find.
Did they lead us astray? Was it 100% accurate how they described it, or did we just...
It was accurate. I just couldn't connect the dots. So this player is Denis Kostashin. Please DM us, because I know you follow us on Instagram if we're pronouncing that wrong.
Friend of the pod. Great. That's the first player where we can say friend of the pod.
Probably friend.
Yes.
I mean, now that I maybe mispronounced his name, he might not love us, but...
Ukrainian names, they are difficult.
Yeah. It's not... I mean, yeah. Not the easiest, let's just say that.
Nope.
Yeah, he's a 28-year-old, 5'10", coming to us from FC Drita, which is in the Kosovo League, which checks that off. And he does have USL Championship experience back in 2023.
I didn't know Kosovo had a league, personally. I didn't know, I mean, we recognize them as a country, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think Serbia does.
We don't need to get into
geopolitical
debates
nonsense
here. We'll keep that for those who are knowledgeable in that. But in 2023, he was again teammates with Javier Garcia at the Locomotives in the championship, and so I pulled his data from that game, from that season, just being the most recent USL season that he played in. And he played in 34 games, had 4 goals and 4 assists, averaged a 7.1 rating through that season.
Sevens, we like sevens.
7 is green, and green is good. I feel like this is like a rain makes corn kind of analogy, you know.
Fair enough.
7s make me happy. Let's leave it there. This just seems like he's a high motor, just run at you guy. I know on the club's Instagram they did the beep test, which if you don't know what that is, that's kind of like the pacer from high school, elementary school, middle school, and that's just a good test of who is the fastest and in the best shape. Let's just call it. Yeah, maybe the most well refined runner.
Yeah, who has. Like, who has the most stamina? It literally comes down to who has the most stamina.
And Dennis won that.
Yeah.
So he is...
impressive.
Based on that, the guy has a lot of endurance. He can last a while.
Come on, Charlie. Come on, Charlie Adams.
Yeah.
If James Milner at 40 can win the beep test like 2 years ago for Brighton or Liverpool, whoever he's at, he won. He's 40. Yeah. He was like 38 years old.
I mean, Sam Byram won our beep test this year for Leeds.
He is. He's a fullback. It makes sense.
Yeah, he just runs a lot.
The beep test is a killer.
But looking at his statistics, he has a shot producer. He loves to shoot. Again, another person who's just kind of got a high percentage chance to shoot. And his statistics, there's a lot of green and upper echelon for comparable. I think he's shown as a midfielder on.
Yeah, I think he's going to slot into that kind of like Toomey, kind of a similar profile. According stats compared to other midfielders, he's in the 98th percentile for shots attempted.
Yeah, because I think at least when he played for Locomotives, he was wearing the number 10 shirt.
Yeah, so you're attacking midfield. So
he definitely has a lot of. He's a statistical darling, and again, like not having that connection to Nate in a previous work setting, like you've got to have something that Nate really likes. And I think again, this player Dennis just seems like someone who is going to run at you for 90 minutes, won't need to be subbed off. He's going to have the legs to get through a 90-minute game or play 3 games in a week. Since I know our schedule does have a few 3 and 7 periods, and he's got a knack for goal. He's looking like he's, as you can see with the statistics, wherever I end up putting them on the screen, he's just really exciting, and he's just someone that I like, just based on just looking at the page. I mean, he's interesting to me.
Yeah, no, I love. And I hope this is right, but it says we might have to look at his Instagram. But it says that his shirt number at his last team is number 91. I love that. I love players who take those the shirt numbers.
I know
think
he didn't
fun.
Play much for Drita or his other club that he played for overseas. But but I don't know. To me, he just screams Dan James. Again, like, these may not be players that you know, since we support kind of your off-meta clubs of Leeds and Everton.
And they're still Premier League.
They're still Premier League, but they're not like your big six in popularity. But just someone who is fast, will be a pest off the edges potentially.
Yeah.
And
it depends on, we'll get to it at the end of the episode.
Yeah. He can slot in a few different places. So we're excited for that. So Dennis, welcome to Boise.
Yeah.
I've never been to the Ukraine, but I would assume climate-wise it's pretty similar to Boise being cold. Maybe not as cold here in Boise as it may be in the greater northern European area.
Yeah.
So hope you're getting situated well, and we'll see what comes from there. We're rounding out, Kyle. We got
We're so close.
Two more, and these are maybe two players who, again, don't have a large book on them and are maybe more uncut diamonds who have high potential and are here to grow and learn. That first one being, Benian.
I'm just gonna say it as fast, and I think Benian Yao.
Benian Yao.
And I hope that's correct.
Yeah.
You can go. He can go. Become a friend of the pod. Follow us. Correct
let us
us.
know.
Interview
Maybe. Who knows?
I believe first professional contract for
First
Benny
pro contract as well. Coming to us out of college.
Yeah, UNC Nashville.
Center back. He looks like he was the captain for the team.
That's great.
I know the image from the Instagram had the C armband on him, so great to know that at least when at his time at college, he was a leadership figure in the clubhouse. So, Kyle, what have you pulled anything up on this guy that we can talk about?
I think the biggest thing is that I think you were correct in saying that he was a team captain, which is obviously really important, because obviously as a younger player, still having to be a captain, you have to be confident. Mm-hmm. You have to be confident in yourself. You have to be confident in your leadership abilities. A captain is something I was not in any sport. You're looking at a guy who won a lot of sportsmanship awards, but I sure as heck wasn't team captain.
Yeah.
So obviously also your teammates have to have so much faith in you. So this is someone, even though he's younger, I think he has some good height, so he's going to be able to contribute. Obviously, again, winning headers in your box, in the opposition box as well. So I think he's going to be someone who, again, being partnered with some more experience in a back three. Again, that's assuming a certain formation. But yeah, I mean, I think he's just someone who can grow with the team. I think that's exciting to get some of that younger, blood in the team, and someone who's exciting. And so yeah, I think obviously we need the depth, and maybe he can learn from some of these older guys and continue to improve. And it would be really nice to see some of the younger guys stick around for a year or two. I know in the USL you see like a lot of guys changing teams year after year. It would be fun to see Javier stick around for 3 or 4 years. Yeah. It would be fun to see them kind of come into their stride and come into their prime in Boise.
Yeah, I think just given the center back trio that we've signed so far, just staring at the stats and the players we have, I don't see a way for him to fit into the starting 11 today, given Dangler, Krall, and Ricketts.
Yeah.
But those are 3 names for USL proven players to really learn what it looks like to be a professional, learn tricks of the trade, and maybe just kind of be a sponge. And then come an injury or come a stressful week of 3 games in 7 days, be able to put your name out there and have the trust of the manager to put you in, given a injury or whatever, and not be a liability, is something that I think is needed for USL 1 teams. It's your first pro contract. You don't have the names that you haven't played for, the names that the other teams have, or other players have, excuse me. Mm-hmm. But you can only do what you can put the image of what you are to the manager and show him that you are a asset to the team. And I know even like in college sports now, specifically college football, like if you're not starting, you're entering the transfer portal. And I think there are some cases where players who stay and sit behind as a backup quarterback for a year and then get the starting role the next year benefit so much more staying in that system and learning so much that this could be a case for Benian this year.
Absolutely. And then before you know it, he's a regular starter, and Boise in 2028, we're in the championship, or we're moving up to USL Premier with a bigger stadium and different things. So, you never know. But again, the club honestly has a pretty good bio on him, and he had regular Defensive Player of the Week recognitions. He had regular all-conference when he was at UNC Asheville. Different states. Whoops. He just seems like a great addition to the squad as a whole. So, excited to have Benian. Again, please correct us if we're wrong. Teach us how to say your name.
Anyone. We're doing our best.
We know how irritating that is.
As a woman who has a hard first name and a hard last name, I understand it so personally.
You have a hard first name?
Yes. The amount of people who have messed up my first name through my life is insane.
What do they call you?
Elias. Elsa. Alias. You just kind of hear it all. That's why I go by Ed when I'm out in public, just to avoid any hard spelling. So
fair enough.
To wrap out the night.
Yep. The most recent signing. He was spoiled or teased in a video from the team, maybe without them knowing or not, but he made an appearance in an Instagram video before he was officially signed. That is Dominic Gasso. Yeah.
Again, correct us if I'm wrong. The youngest player
I think it's pretty good
on the team, I want to say at 22.
Yep, 22.
Midfielder. Has a lot of experience. I know we keep saying this, but for a 22-year-old, he has been around the block and has played for a lot of maybe academy sides, but has a lot of room for growth, I think, is his biggest thing. Statistically, he's not a darling. I'll just be honest. According to FOTMob, there's not a lot to love. Maybe his defensive stats are his biggest thing.
Yeah, looks like he is a true number 6. He is a defensive midfielder.
With someone like Charlie Adams, someone like, what's his name?
Mayaka,
the other defensive midfielder. Just to kind of, again, be a sponge and learn from them and grow with them, because I know Charlie has a bunch of experience working with Nate and knows this system very well, that he can just grow into being the player he sees himself fit into. Kyle, I guess, where has he played over the last few years?
Yeah, so this would be his 5th season in the USL. Looks like he spent 3 years with Detroit City FC, and I believe they're in the championship, I want to say.
They are.
Yep. So, and one of the kind of the hipster teams, like you see their kits a lot, they're kind of a fun, they're a cool team.
What's up with Forward Madison and the Greater
the
North?
USL is just, they're a hipster's choice. Yeah. They are. So it's kind of fun to be a part of it. But no, Detroit City building a big new stadium, just like a lot of USL teams are. But no, so he'd been with Detroit City since 2022, and it looks like he spent some time in the USL Next as well with Huntsville in 2024. Not a lot of... Looks like the most he's played in a season is 18 games for Detroit in 2023, where it looks like he also scored a winning goal in the USL playoffs at the time, which, I mean, in 2023, so, he was 19, he was a teenager at the time. So that's the fact that he's getting that game time as a teenager in the kind of the high stress environment of obviously of the USL playoffs. Yeah, I mean, that shows that coach had a lot of faith in him. So obviously he's talented.
Yeah.
And obviously
there's talent there. It's just when you're thrown to the wolves sometimes, or you're put into a uncomfortable situation, again, that's what I was bringing up last episode, is statistics only say so much about a player.
Yeah.
He can totally pass the eye test, and statistically he's just been dealt a poor hand in the players around him, or in the game time that he played, be it a USL or US Cup, a Jägermeister Cup.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that these statistics can get better and that he can grow here under Nate's system and learn from those around him and kind of work his way into being if his bread and butter is just be a defensive guy, that's great. It'll offer an easy sub from Charlie Adams to Dominic himself.
Yeah.
But also, again, with injuries, like, you want that depth. You want someone that you can trust in the case of an injury, in the case of, again, a packed schedule to play minutes.
You need to rotate your squad, or else people's legs are going to give out. You need to rotate the squad.
We don't want people's legs
and you want to develop the players anyways.
Yeah.
Like, you need these guys to develop, and again, stick with your team for a number of years. Hopefully, I know that contracts are short in the USL, but I'm hoping Boise wants to operate on the side of, not necessarily treating their players better per se, but showing that faith in them. Mm-hmm. Like, when you give someone a longer term contract, you are showing faith in them. So maybe that's something Boise wants to do off the bat. We won't know that. I don't know if contract terms and limits are really public information. Mm-hmm. So other than Blake, obviously. So yeah, it's again, it's nice to see the young guy come through, and again, this is his 5th year in the USL, so he knows what he's doing. So
yeah, I think it's going to be definitely fun to see.
Yeah,
fun to see. I think the team, with how they announced all these players, definitely went with the more seasoned and heavy hitters up front, and now they're showing maybe signing the players that either they really appreciate but just don't have a track record in the USL or whatever, but have a lot of upside.
Yeah, and they're going to be
growth.
Important contributors.
Yeah. So, Dominic, we wish you the best here in Boise. And
sorry. Looks like you left your hometown team, so I'm sure that was tough because I believe he's from Michigan, so he left his hometown team.
Hey, Michigan's similar to Boise.
Said nobody.
Said Elias. Elias likes to compare places and not know where these places are. So, well, that wraps up at least the player announcements and analysis. We had a few questions come in that I think connect well to today's topics. So
absolutely,
just kind of want to answer those before we wrap up today. Yep. The first one comes to us from Ryan over at the River Guard. His question was a way too early prediction of the number 1 best-selling jersey.
Who would your best guess?
My best guess?
I think we probably have the same guess.
There's one very obvious one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take that one out of respect to let you talk about it, which is Blake Bodley, just being the hometown guy.
Then who's your second?
To me, I think...
And we probably have the same second, too.
I think we do. Charlie Adams.
Yes.
Just kind of being... I know they've already released content with him on Instagram, breaking down the training equipment and gear and backpack.
They knew what they were doing. The accent. You knew the accent was just going to hook people.
It's killer. Everyone loves a good British accent. Not Irish. He's British.
Yep.
I'm not getting down that rabbit hole. I've already gotten chastised enough.
River Guard will get after you again.
But I think he's just very charismatic, and I think it's someone that the team... my gut is telling me he will be the first captain ever for AC Boise.
If I had to guess, I'd say so as well.
Seasoned veteran of the team, a bunch of experience under Nate's system, just kind of checks all those boxes to be and even today, Dennis was joking that he's the Roy Kent of the team. So just funny guy, veteran voice, experience with the team.
Yeah.
I think I could definitely see Boise really get behind him and be like, this guy's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. I think personality wise, he seems like a kind of the face of the team where people like, he could be the spokesman. Like, he does seem like that personality that people are just going to get behind. Mm-hmm. Humor. He looks like a really good, like, glue guy. Mm-hmm. Like, with the World Cup coming up, sometimes you see guys get included on the World Cup roster that you know they're never going to see the field.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's going to see a lot of the field, but at the same time, he could operate as the clubhouse guy, the glue guy.
Tyrese Halliburton for last year's U.S. basketball team. Didn't play a minute in the Olympics.
I don't know who that is.
He's the Pacers all-star, towards Achilles last year in the finals.
I don't watch the NBA.
He was 100%
of all the sports,
glue guy.
Of all the sports, you pick basketball for me. I don't.
First name that came to mind.
No, that's
complete
fair.
bench warmer for the entire Olympics.
I'm thinking so. For me, the English national team is obviously one of the most talented. You know, not said Connor Cody.
Yeah,
Connor Cody made it on the last World Cup roster. He plays for Wrexham now. Like he's not like
he isn't. He just got loaned to Charleston United or Charleston Athletic.
Charlton Athletic.
Yeah, Charlton Athletic. $2 million signing.
Try again.
Played like 100 minutes for Wrexham, and then
he was with Leicester last year and Everton the season before. He was actually pretty dang good for us. Like he looked solid. But yeah, it looks like not only is he going to contribute more than that for us, but it just seems like bringing that personality is something that people in Boise, I think his personality is going to really hit a home here. Yeah. But yeah, I think Blake Bodley. I think the obvious one is Blake Bodley, his hometown kid. How can you not? For
the stock fan of Boise sports who maybe don't want to do research into the player and just buy based off the name, Blake's going to sell. Absolutely. Blake's going to sell so many jerseys, and we're just playing devil's advocate of who could be second, really, is what it's going to be. I think anyone on this team could be second.
Absolutely.
But I think
those are top two off the top of my head.
I think it really just comes down to what the club lets the public see from personality-wise.
Jersey number matters to a lot of people. I think Blake's 7. I think Charlie, if I had to guess, he's probably going to be 6 or 8. Yeah, 6 or 8. And then I like the goofy number, so it'd be fun if Kostishin was 91. That'd be awesome. You like Toomey. Toomey might be your your favorite player, so maybe you get a Toomey jersey. And it'd be fun if, I know there's some players who like having their first name. Mushbon's kind of, again, if we're even saying it correctly, difficult to pronounce, so maybe he goes with Toomey on the back. That'd be kind of fun. I still think Mayaka might be my favorite player, just based on play style.
Because obviously I know with Premier League kits, it's an additional fee to get name, number, and
$5-10.
I mean, it's not that cheap for leads. It's like $30.
Really? Oh, interesting.
So interested to see if and when number printing becomes available for the kits. Yeah. Probably once we have all 3 kits, we'll have a little better idea and what that looks like.
And a club shop,
and not just pop-up shops.
Yeah.
So. Ryan, hopefully that gives you an idea of who we're thinking. I think Charlie Adams is the maybe hipster choice, and Blake Bodley is the
too obvious.
Pretty obvious. Yeah. It's like the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl. Sense. It's too obvious.
Yeah, Russell Wilson jersey.
Yeah,
shut up. Sea chickens.
To wrap up today, we'd like to answer Bo's question, asking about tactics and starting 11. Predictions. Sorry, not prescription. We're not the doctors. We're podcasters. Predictions.
Yeah, I think we've talked about. I mean, we've talked about this fairly often. I think, but I think the 3-5-2 is what we're just going to kind of lean into for now. And I think a lot of these profiles really do fit that. Yeah. So starting from the back, it's like, okay, so we have goalie, we have Javier, back 3. I'm thinking at right back, just based on the profile, it's going to be Ricketts. Center back, Dangler. Middle, 6'5", Jake Krull, left center back, because he can play left back, he can play center back. Then we can move on to the wing backs. Left wing back, Blake Bodley. Right wing back, Nick Moon. Just based on the profiles that they fit in. I think it'll be kind of like a double pivot, 2 defensive midfielders of Adams and Mayaka. Adams will be kind of the more traditional 6 holding, and I think Mayaka may be kind of that guy who's running around the pitch, box to box. He's going to be the ball winning midfielder and those guys, those types of players do play well together, where you have more of the holding. He uses his positioning. He's going to track back a little bit more. He's not going to venture forward too much. So that's kind of the midfield 4. And then you'll have an attacking midfielder who really, he's not going to do much offensively, at least in your defensive third, but he's going to be connecting the midfield to the attack. And that's where I think if I had to guess, it'll be Toomey operating as that initial number 10, so the attacking midfielder. And then this is where it's tough with the profiles, which is why
dealer's choice up front.
Yeah, so will be your initial forward, because we don't have a traditional striker. We have, it looks like a guy who might be another midfielder. And then you have a guy who's more of like an inside forward, and So I think just based off of who we've signed so far, those two strikers, again, not operating as traditional, but more of like inside forwards and attacking midfielders, false nines, it would be Yaya and Kostishin. That's which those profiles don't fit 100%. But again, that's just on paper. Like this is just on paper.
Yeah.
And another formation that I could see occurring would be I guess it'd be a 3-4-2-1, which is what United was trying to run, where you would just formally move back Kostishin and you have two attacking midfielders. So it's literally, hey, Kostishin, you're not a striker. 3-4-2-1. So then it's the four. It would be Yaya, Solo, and then Moshaban and Kostishin as the two attacking midfielders. And that's assuming the back three. If we ran a back four, then you'd move Moon and Bodley up the field, and then your back four would be Ricketts right back.
Yeah, I think we can maybe... That's the other tactical maybe formation that Nate has talked about, is instead of a 3-5-2,
then it's
a 4-3-3, which is kind of completely different understanding. Yeah. It's these wing backs of Moon and Bodley would probably not exist in the wingback position. No. We'd probably see them more as traditional wingers. Yep. So the back four, you'd have two center backs, which would be Jake Dengler and Benny Yao. Yep. We think.
Yep. Based off of the profiles we signed so far,
you're holding center backs. Yep. You'd have Jake Kroll playing left back.
Yep.
You'd have Jonathan Ricketts off the right.
A defensive right back. A traditional fullback. Yep.
Midfield of Adams, Moshabani, and Mayaka / Dennis.
Kostishin,
Yeah, Kostishin. Yeah. And that's your three.
And that depends on like the team you're playing. Do you want one defensive midfielder and two more attacking midfielders, or do you want two more defensive with one attacking? Yeah. So it completely depends on who the team you're playing.
And then your front three would be Bodley on the left, Moon on the right, with Yaya running down the middle. Yeah. And I think that maybe the 4-3-3, given who we've signed currently,
or 4-2-3-1, whatever people want to call it,
fits the offensive players better, I think, with who we've signed, because we don't have a true striker number 9 that fits so well in a 3-5-2. But I think our midfield and defensive core fit that 3-5-2 so much better.
And I think one good distinction would be like, sure, on paper, you look at it and it's like, oh, that's a 3-4-3, or that's a 3-5-2, or a 3-4-2-1. We could argue about how it looks on paper for a while. Yeah. I think it's just going to come down to that's just on paper. What does a play style look like? And we've talked about this before, where the play style, Nate, is going to be aggressive. Yeah. There's going to be his center backs are going to be high up the field. It's going to be pretty Tottenham-y. It's going to be, again, they're going to have a high line. They're going to press, and they're going to counter-press. So rather than when they lose the ball, they're not going to fall back into formation and drop the line and retreat. When they lose the ball, they're going to push even harder. Yeah. So it's going to, I think it's going to be exciting, and I think Nate, in his interview with Morning Kickaround, he really talked about that. He wanted this to be exciting for Boise fans. And it's going to be fun to watch.
It's music to my ears.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's music to, I think, I know when I was first getting into soccer and I was asking you, like, hey, who should I support? Like, I don't love a 0-0 draw. You said
no one
Leeds.
does.
I mean, some people do. I now appreciate it, kind of.
So you can not have a heart attack every other game? Yeah.
So I can not have a 4-2 lead to have it fall apart to a 5-4 defeat in the 110th minute.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Leeds. But I think for a market that hasn't had a professional soccer team, having that exciting product on the pitch helps create excitement from fans. Yeah. To where I think soccer's biggest downfall is going to a game and no one scoring a goal, where whether it's you score 4 or you get 4 scored on you, like you're at least providing excitement to the game, and it's not just snoozeville.
Absolutely. So, and I think Nate's going to help, because everyone, especially in a new soccer market, when it comes to professional, obviously Boise has a strong soccer market based off the youth team success here, but the stereotype is soccer's boring. Soccer, no, they never score. So yeah, bringing in a play style and a team dynamic and a team philosophy that doesn't believe in not scoring. It's going to, I think it's going to help break the stereotype here.
Yeah.
And make it fun.
I think it's going to create some fun. We're going to love, as more signings come, playing armchair GM and armchair manager and trying to fit that in.
We're playing career mode.
Yeah,
That's
we're playing career mode. Which, again, we talked about it in last episode. We are looking at potentially creating a Patreon where we can maybe have more intimate live content of... where we do a deeper dive into tactics once we have maybe product to talk about. So keep your eyes out for that. We'd love to have your support in that and not make it a huge financial burden to support us, but just help motivate us to make better and better content for you guys for a small fee. So I think that's all for today. I think we've talked enough about the 8. I was wrong. There's 8 players, 13 players signed. Math is hard. We're not math guys.
Nope.
So really excited for this.
I have a sociology degree.
I have an engineering degree, but
that's math.
Yeah, it's tough. Bo, hopefully you enjoyed our starting 11 takes, and we really appreciate you listening today or watching today's episode. Sorry for no Yeti. She had stage fright, and
now we can show off our vomit of a colorway.
Yeah.
That is a classic.
It's classic, but it's not pretty.
1990s Everton, salmon pink, if you couldn't tell, and blue.
Yeah.
That is about as classic as it gets for Everton.
I think we should end the video before our viewers' eyes burn anymore. So,
You're so rude.
Thanks so much for listening, and we will chat with you all soon.
Thank you.
Bye.